Hi everybody. So we should all run to TJ Maxx. Okay. Well, I'm gonna show my flag pillow on the Destiny because we have, I think they said we had 5 or 6 traded in Destinies. So all of you people that have Solarises and Luminaires, Radiance, Avenir, you have a friend that's dying to get into this, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to be doing what we're doing? Who wouldn't want to? And so we have, I think John said that the Destiny start at like $34.88. So you may have so I said, I'm gonna show on one of those because all of you have somebody that would love to get into this but can't buy a Radiance or an Avenir or even a pre-owned, look at the price tag on the pre-owned Solarises and so anyhow, that's why we're showing it. But Tommy started doing something today, and I said, Tommy, you got to turn this into a reel. So he and Kate filmed it. So that's what we were just going to start out telling you what he did. Then I'll go into my pillow.
Yep.
So yeah, go visit TJ Maxx Bridgeville. So show them what it was.
Okay, I'll show you what it was. So we had a Pickett jersey.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo Pickett.
Yeah. We loved
for all
him.
The Steelers
but
fans
he didn't like
here.
Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. But anyhow, his number is 8. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we just got Aaron Rodgers.
And his number's 8.
His number's 8.
So.
Yes. So.
And Rodgers, he can't. It's Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
That's such a good Pittsburgh name because.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
So they did this on the scan and cut.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yep. And what I did is I took tackle twill, this tackle twill here, which is heat transfer too, and I cut this as the nameplate. I removed this nameplate first. I could have probably just done it over, and I had I don't know where here's my white tackle twill. Okay, I did the number 8 with the white tackle twill. And then I didn't have a gold, okay? So what I ended up doing with the white tackle twill, I cut out all these letters. You can see they're all gold. This is tackle twill. These aren't stitches. This is tackle twill. And what I did was I took my sublimation paper and I dyed my white tackle twill this gold color. Using this paper, this exact gold here. Mm-hmm. And look how different it looks compared to whenever you heat it on. So this
was this color?
Yes,
when you heated it on, it came to that color?
Yes.
So, wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Okay.
But
so that's sublimation printer.
all we had to do was just, it's because they're heat transfer and they have that heat, the fusible on the back. We just took our scan and cut out Rodgers. Mm-hmm. And stuck it to the nameplate, ironed it on.
We were ready to go.
And then, ready to go.
Who
and then
thought of Mr. Rogers?
I was just
you?
like, wait. People aren't a big fan of Rodgers right now.
No.
But everyone loves Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Right?
And actually, I think Mr. Rogers jerseys will endear Aaron Rodgers to all Pittsburghers.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's going to make everybody like him.
But I was telling my mom that I bought this jersey for $125, maybe even more than that. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't even play for the team anymore. And,
yeah.
And they're probably selling Pickett jerseys at TJ Maxx around Pittsburgh for like $25.
That's what so Louise, call your husband right now and see if they have any Kenny Pickett jerseys because we can turn them into Mr. Rogers jerseys. So you're going to wear this on Father's Day.
And someone said, I never heard of tackle twill. It's 100% polyester, at least the one we got. Mm-hmm. And 100% polyester is the best for sublimation. So dyeing this, at least the white kind, is very easy to do.
Do we sell tackle twill pieces of it? We got to do that.
We have a supplier. We can start ordering them.
Let's do it because this is awesome, right?
Yeah.
Right? So
we could have done something cool like the Steelers logo in the 8 or something. I don't know. You can really
do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. Even a white jersey, like a white polyester jersey. And then sublimating your own Steelers jersey would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. just thought this was fun to share with you.
Mm-hmm. He's going to wear it on Father's Day.
I'm going to wear it on Father's Day. And we'll show. Well, I mean, hopefully the Pittsburgh Steelers will see our reel. Maybe they'll like it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. They're going to make a reel on Facebook about what they're doing. Yeah.
So maybe Kate will tag the Pittsburgh Steelers or something.
Yes, do that. Yeah. Even tag Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So.
Okay. I'm going to take my jersey and get out of here.
And I'm going to get started with my pillow on the Destiny. So make sure there's not a copyright issue. I think because we bought this, I don't think there's anything. We're not selling it. Yeah, we don't have to worry because we're not selling it. Yeah, we were selling it. So
I'm going to put it on. I'm going to wear it all day.
I know. Just see how many people.
But look how nice it is.
Yeah, it looks real. I don't think people are going to notice it because it looks so real. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to read it right away. Come back here and turn around again.
They're going to think that I bought it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I bet. Well, wait and see if they ask you where. You have to wear it all day Father's Day.
I'm going to wear it all week.
All week? Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm not taking it off.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay. All right. So you said you were going to go to Permane Brothers. Yeah. So that's where, like, sporty people, that's where dads go on Father's Day, right? That's a restaurant they go to. That's one of our Pittsburgh restaurants where they put the French fries on top of your hamburger and all of that. Yeah, yeah. But like I have a secret because Maddie is booked him at Top Golf. He doesn't know that, right? So if he wears it to Top Golf, yeah, that people will notice it there. So if he ends up at Permane Brothers and Top Golf, I hope he can't hear me. Then people will notice. Yeah, it really looks good. He's walking away in it right now. Isn't that awesome that we can do things like that? Yeah, with Aaron. Oh, you're a Packers fan. You know, he said some really nice things about Pittsburgh, and our coach wanted him really bad. He like we've been hearing rumors for like 3 months. I swear, right? Yeah. So we're hoping because. We haven't had good luck with quarterbacks since Ben Roethlisberger. And they got Ben Roethlisberger right out of college from really a small, it was a Division III school. He went to Ohio University, not Ohio State, Ohio University. And I'm sure it's Division III. And look at what his rookie year, he won the Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, so that was unbelievable. So, yes. When will the live for the Magic in the Air project box be? Do you know when that's going to be?
Not next Tuesday, wait. It might be next Tuesday?
Yeah, well, it's too bad. We could ask Tommy. We'll find out. Yeah. So so you know, like the Roonies, they've been unbelievably nice to me, you know, and so I have Mike Rooney he sends me messages every once in a while. I think like they're checking on me, making sure I'm okay. But I sent him a picture of it in the works, and he got a big kick out of it. So, and then I sent him another picture. So the Rooney family knows about it right now. They know about it. So, yeah, Cleveland, yeah, you've had bad luck with quarterbacks. We're not used to this here. You know, our Penguins aren't doing good. Our Steelers aren't doing good. Our Pirates haven't been doing, but we have Andrew McCutcheon. So even if we're doing bad, we don't care. We really love him. Yeah. So, okay, so we're going to go over because I want to show you how to do this on the Destiny. So this will be everybody that owns a Destiny, Altair, Meridian, also the Brother Dream Machine, and the Brother Stellaire. They're all the same. All the buttons will be the same. And I always feel bad because I always show things on the top of the line and I never get to show them on the models that have IQ Designer that are below the top of the line. So I thought this project, I'm going to do it over and over again, but you're going to want to stay with me because right after I finish it, I am on the Destiny. I'm going to go over to the Luminaire. Oh, Yeah, to the luminaire. And I'm going to show you, and it would be the same directions, luminaire, the avenir, the radiance, same directions on how to change the fancy fill. Yeah, Cleveland got Kenny and Flacco. Who knows? Watch him do great. Like Kenny Pickett went to Pitt, and he was in the running for the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, we loved Kenny Pickett. I mean, we haven't had that much excitement at Pitt since, who remembers who the famous quarterback was, like in the early 70s? I forget. But their Pitt was a powerhouse football team. And somebody will remember who was with Pitt years ago. Okay, so I'm going to go over, and we're going to go over. And Kate, I do have the directions ready, so we will be able to post this. I'm going to take a pen with me just in case. Okay. All right, we're going to go here. So again, what I'm doing here, and of course you can do it on the Avenir and the Radiance, but I wanted to show it on the Destiny because, well, my main reason is because we do have 5 or 6 of these traded in, and the deal is really, really good. And I know there's people out there that would love to be doing IQ Designer, but you know, are reluctant to start out with a top of the line machine because they're so expensive now. You know, those of us that have been on it the whole time know we love it, you know. So we have, I think John said 5 or 6 of these. Okay, so this is what I created earlier today. So I'm going to clear that off. So I'm going to go home and okay. Okay, and that is, I'm going to go to IQ Designer. And then click on the pocket with the arrow. So the memory is in a different spot. On the other machines, it's up above. So I think I'm going to grab my mouse every once in a while, but I do think it's easier for you to see what buttons I'm pressing if I actually point at them. So, okay, so we're going to get the pocket with the arrow coming out. That means taking something out of memory. So right there. Oh, I didn't press it right. There we go. And then we're going to, we put the images out there already, didn't we? But also if you buy the kit, she emails them to you too. So I'm going to click on, I can't remember where I saved them. So let's just check. There's the machine memory. So there they are. So I must have saved them there. So first one I want to get is just the flag outline. So this wavy flag. So don't mistake it for that one. So the wavy flag, and then press set. Then we'll go to line properties. So up above, the line properties. This little piece of paper is where you tell it how you want the outline to sew out. When we go down here, it's fill properties. So it shows a filled in square here. So that's how we want to fill the area. This one up above, it shows a line. So how do we want the lines to show? So we're going to click on line properties. So the first thing I want to do is do a placement line for the flag fabric. So line properties, I want it to be straight stitch, green, and okay. So I know it registered because see how that block turned green? So it's green and then okay. Line bucket, so up above here. So it's showing you the little, actually like, it looks like a little beaker, but we're calling it line bucket. And then you click on the line to turn it green. So it's green there. Sometimes it's hard to see because the line is so thin, but I can see a green line in between these two buttons. So it's got a green line. Now, okay, so now fill properties. Okay, so on my pillow, now you can't add more fills to your machine, but you have fills and they'll look really good. So we want to add a fill to the outside of the flag. So I'm going to go down to fill properties. So right next to that red square, fill properties, then decorative fills. So that's this circle fill button. Then press select. Okay. And I looked, I don't think flowers just with behind the American flag. I just thought something geometric. And so I thought these bricks would look kind of cool. So I selected the bricks, then okay. Then I tell it what color, and I'm going to do like a navy blue, and okay. Fill bucket. So right here, right, so look I can see my bricks right there. So this fill bucket right above it, fill bucket, and then you're gonna click outside the flag. I know it's hard to see, but you're just gonna click in this outer area there so to fill it. So you're filling it with your fancy fill. All right, now I don't like the direction the bricks are going. I would rather have them going like at a 90-degree angle. So let's go to next. Here's where I make my changes. I can change the size, the angle, whether or not I want to, an outline on or off. I pressed that by mistake, so I'll just go, maybe I'll just press cancel. So here is where I change the angle. So I'm going to click on the 0 degrees, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. So just keep pressing it until it gets to 90 degrees, and then set. Now I said make sure outline is on. So I think, what is it? Just the very top of the line machines, the outline is off, but all the others are, the default is outline on. So outline on. Next, I'm going to press preview. So that's what's different. If you're following along with my directions for the Avenir and the Radiance, it won't say preview. So this is why I wanted to do this one just for you guys. So preview. Oh, look I didn't save. So let's go cancel and let's save what we did so far. So save and save it on the machine. Okay, then preview. Okay, see, my bricks turned. I think it looks good. I think it looks awesome. So next one you want to do is set. Now here, you know what, with it rotated, I think it would be better to save it that way. So save, so we say save often. So set, okay. Now add, what do I want to add? So far that was just the background, the fancy fill behind the flag. So add, I'm going to go back into IQ Designer. So it says IQ there, or My Design Center on the brother. Pocket with the arrow pointing out. So down below, pocket with the arrow pointing out, that means taking something out of the memory. So where did I save it? So I think I have it on my flash drive. So let's look there and see if you're using your flash drive, you're going to have to press the B pocket. Okay, so that I can go either way. And there is my wavy flag, and then set it. So there's the wavy flag. So this is going to be the tack down for the flag fabric. So we're going to go to line properties, then straight stitch, just a color I haven't used yet, which purple, then okay, then line bucket. So here is line properties, and right above it is the line bucket. So line bucket, and then you are going to click on this line to turn it purple. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, it's purple, and I can see the purple here. See how the purple and the black, it was hard to see the change? So that's why, sometimes maybe I should have picked, this lighter shade. Let's just see it. And then line bucket, and click on that. And now it's just a little bit lighter shade, so you can tell the difference between black, that, and I could see that it's that lighter shade there. So next, preview. This is a button that the Solaris and the Avenir and all the top of the line machines, they don't have the preview. They took that off. So now, okay. There it is. So set. There's just a couple extra steps. So as you move up in Model, the IQ Designer got easier. So now I have 3 steps. So I have I have my placement line for my fabric. I have my the background fill with the bricks, and then I have my tack down for the white fabric. So now I need to add, what's my next thing? Placement line for the stripes. So the next layer is going to be the stripes. So add IQ Designer or My Design Center, the pocket with the arrow pointing out down at the bottom. Remember, on the other machines, it's up at the top. So pocket with the arrow pointing out. Then I have it saved both places, on the machine and on my stick. So then you're going to pick the 3 stripes. So the 3 stripes. Now, how I did this, I actually started out with this one. And then I thought of, what do I want? I want to do a background fabric in white. And so I erased everything but the outline of the flag. And then I saved it. And then I erased everything but the 3 stripes, and I saved it. So I brought it up again, and I erased everything but where the blue fabric goes, and I saved it. And then I brought it up again and erased everything but the outside of the star. So I even erased the inner lines of the star. So you will get that emailed to you. If you buy the flash drive, it's on the flash drive, and you can do it from there. Okay, so I got the 3 stripes. That's step 49. I'm going to press set. Now, line properties. How do I want it to sew out? So right now, I just have a plain flag on my screen, no stripes. So I need to know where to put the red fabric. So I'm going to go to line properties. I need a placement line. So line properties, straight stitch, red, and OK. Line bucket, and then click on all 3 lines to turn them red. Okay, then next. Here's where I can make changes. It's got a 2 millimeter stitch length. I'm fine with that. You notice that it's just showing me the first stripe, and these others are kind of grayed out. I don't need to change a thing, so I'm just going to move on. So we are going to turn, we're going to press preview, and then OK, and then set, which is step number 60, set, OK, and now, okay, so I got my 3 red stripes. What do I need next? Well, the next layer will be the blue background, because then I'll put the star on top of that. So add IQ Designer or My Design Center, the pocket with the arrow pointing out down below. So that means taking something out of memory. So you could go to your machine memory or the B pocket on your stick. And then we want the 3 stripes again. So the 3 stripes. Remember, all we did, I didn't select it. See how it's not highlighted? There, now it's highlighted. Okay, then set, line properties, and that's my mouse on there. I'll just move that. So line properties, it looks like a piece of paper with lines on it. Line properties, straight stitch, we're tacking down the stripes. I'm going to go with a deep pink. Oh, it didn't change. See how I pressed it and it's still black? So I have to press it again. Now it's going to be the deep pink. Then OK. I hope I'm not going too fast, but later you could go over, you could watch it again and pause it. So there, line bucket. So line bucket. Then you're going to click on all 3 stripes. So there's no link button. I can't do them all at once because there's no link button. That'll come later. So click on it. Turn all the black outlines to pink, then next. So that told it to tack down. Okay, I'm going to keep it. That's a tack down. They're all 3 going to be straight stitches. 2 millimeter stitch length is fine. So I'm just going to leave it. So I'm going to press preview, then OK. All right, set. I'm sure Patty's in the background yelling, save, save. But I'm going to go OK I'm all the way in embroidery. As long as you save it here, you can bring this up partway done and then add to it. So if something happened and the power went out, you could resume doing this tomorrow. So we're going to save it right now so that if something happens, I can pull this up and do it again tomorrow. So, okay, so I press memory and I saved on the machine. Now I want to add the fancy fills inside the stripes. So add IQ Designer or My Design Center, pocket with the arrow pointing out down at the bottom. I'm going to get mine off my machine, but if you have yours on a flash drive, I also, remember it's inside the B pocket. B pocket, and we are again going to get the 3 stripes and set it. Okay, line properties. Do I need to sew those lines out again? Remember we did a placement line and we tacked it down. I don't need to sew those again. So we're going to do those as a no sew. So we're going to click on line properties, no sew, then okay. Line bucket, and here's another time. I wish we had the link button to press all of them at once, but all we're going to do is just click on it. I should have the sound on. Let me see if I go into settings, and some people don't like the sound on, so they turn it off. Sensor function, eco mode, light volume. It's on 3. Oh, machines, look, there it is. Machine speaker volume was only on 1. Okay, so I'm going to put it on 4 so you guys are sure to be able to hear it. So, okay. All right. So we clicked on no sew. I've got the no sew. Line bucket. Let's just double check. See, I didn't click that one. And see, that tells me you already did it. You already did it. So I like the sound on when I'm doing. I'm going to try to move my mouse away again. Okay. So we clicked on all 3 of the stripes to make them no sew, and you'll see like a gray color here. So now we can fill those stripes. So we're going to go down to fill properties. So that's the piece of paper, and it's got a filled in block right next to it. So fill properties, fancy fills, okay, select, and that opens up your fancy fills. You can see the fills you have to choose from. I used the roses. I thought it looked really nice. So, okay. Then gold. So pick a deep gold. It's almost like an orangey gold there. Okay, so we could see it. If we pick a yellow, it's just hard to see on the screen. So the deep gold, then okay. Fill bucket. So up right here. So see, my fancy fill is right in the middle now. And I go fill bucket, click inside a stripe to fill it. Okay. Now I want to change it to a different fill. I don't want all 3 fills the same. So I'm going to go to fill properties again, select, and I just thought it looked nice to have a more geometric fill as the center stripe instead of flowers in all 3.
Caroline
So
is asking, don't you want to do the tack down for fabric first before the fills?
I thought I have that, but we'll check that in the next step. We'll check and make sure I have that. So I should have, I thought I did placement line and tack down line already. I might have missed it, but we'll know. We'll know in a minute. Okay, so we are going to go, we're going to select that geometric fill. I liked that one. And then, okay. I'm going to keep the color the same. I don't want it to stop to make a color change between the 3 stripes. I want it to sew them all out at once. So I'm going to keep that color the same. And then, okay. And now, fill bucket and click inside to fill it. Now we won't see if I got the tack down yet. I think I was going fast, so maybe you didn't notice. But we need to fill that last stripe. Then we'll go all the way into embroidery, and we'll be able to make sure that I do have the tack down. If I don't have the tack down, we can put it in right then. So all is not lost. All right, so now I want to put a different fill in this last stripe. So I'm going to go to Fill Properties, and I'm going to keep that color the same. Go to my Fancy Fills, Select button, and one of my favorites is this one right here. So you pick whatever one you like, and then OK, and then OK again. And now the fill bucket, it already is highlighted. See how it's dark behind it? That means it's already selected, but there's no harm in selecting it again and then click inside that last stripe. Okay, so now we're gonna press next. We filled all 3 stripes, so we're gonna pick next. All right, this is where you change the size and the angle. I'm not going to change anything. I do want outline on. So when we were doing it on the Radiance and the Avenir, I wanted outline off because remember it would have done a whole big rectangle around the whole thing and it just didn't look good. And also it would make the stitching come too close to the zipper. So, okay. Oh, and good news is I was able to find more navy blue of the pillows. And so we didn't have to resort to gray. So no one will get the gray. And I really do like the navy blue. So, okay. So there, I don't need to change anything, right? So we save them all. So I'll press Preview. The IQ Designer data will not be saved. Okay to continue. Yes, it's okay. As long as I save it in embroidery. All right. So now set. I'm still not in embroidery. And okay again. This is where it's important to memory and save it on the machine. Okay, so memory and save it on the machine. And memory and save it on your flash drive. Okay. Now, I'm going to go all the way into embroidery. You don't need to do this, but I want to double check that I have the tack down for the stripes. So I'm going to go into embroidery, okay, and I'm going to go to my plus minus button. So right down here, plus minus, okay. So here's my steps. So first step is the fancy fill behind it. Second step is the placement line for the white fabric. Then tack down for the white fabric. Next one should be placement line for the stripes. Next one should be tack down for the stripes. So we do have the tack down. If I didn't have it at this point, I would go to edit and copy it. But we would have to put it in the right order too. So, okay, so I do have the tack down. And then my next step was the fancy fills. Oh, and look at that. I have the outline. Oh, that's why I do want the outline on. So I'm just going to say, okay, here. Remember, I had the plus minus button on. Okay, I was all the way in embroidery, so it doesn't say add. So now I need to return, so it says add. Okay, so now add. We're going to press add, then IQ Designer. Okay, now we need the tack down for the blue fabric that's behind the star. So we are going to go to the pocket with the arrow pointing out down at the bottom. Pocket with arrow pointing out and get your design wherever you saved it. And this one, we call this one the curved rectangle. It looks really big, but it isn't. And I'm going to select it. So the blue's behind it and press set. Now the other thing is, I edited my drawing right here in IQ Designer. And so when I erased everything, it put the blue, that shape right in the right spot. So that's why I do all my editing of my image right on the screen of my machine. I don't take it into my computer and edit it there because it's not going to leave it in the same spot. So here it's putting it right in the exact spot that I needed it to. So that's just like an added feature that they put into IQ Designer and My Design Center that makes it easier to create designs. You know, even now I don't think I even want to do software. I don't. I'm having fun on the machine. I'm happy here. So sometimes I think, wow, I've been doing this so long. Maybe I should try to digitize, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I will. But things like this that I know that they put in IQ Designer that make it easier. That I don't. I tried digitizing and I wasn't any good at it. So okay. So I've got the curved rectangle. Then now I need to tell it how I want it to sew it. So line properties, straight stitch. Step 129. Blue, I'm going to get I'll just go that blue. Yeah, it's kind of dark. I'm thinking that something I could see the color change. So if I pick something a little lighter blue, it'll be easier to see. Okay, blue and okay. Line bucket, so right above the line properties button, line bucket, click on that black line to turn it blue. I can see the blue right here in between, and then click on next. Here's where I change the stitch length. I don't need to change it. So preview, okay, then set and okay. We did another step. See how it put it all in the right spot. So let's memory save on the machine or save on your stick. Okay, I'm turning to the next page. Now what do I need? I need the star, right? Okay, so I said, I told you to cut your star fabric 6" by 6". That will cover this blue fabric. So there won't be any question at all about where to put the star. So I didn't bother doing a placement line. So we're going to go to Add, IQ Designer, Pocket with the arrow pointing out down at the bottom. Okay, we're going to go to our memory of our machine, get the star. I must have saved my star twice. That's why I have it twice, but I used both of them and both of them are the same. So the star, set. How do I want it to sew it? Well, first I want it to tack down. So the way Kimberbell does chenille is they tack down a star and then they satin stitch it. Then they tack down. They did 2 layers of fabric, but we found we liked 3 layers of fabric. So we're going to tack down 3 layers of fabric with a basting stitch, and then we're going to fill in the chenille lines. So first is just the tack down for the star fabric, then I'm going to satin stitch it. So first we're going to go to line properties, straight stitch, gold, but use a different gold. Remember we used this one? Use like an orange or whatever, or bright yellow. Use a different one because I don't want the machine to sew that while it's sewing my fancy fill. I want a color change. So okay. Oh, it didn't go. So okay. Line bucket. Click on the line to turn it gold or orange. Next. It's going to do it as a straight stitch, 2 stitch length. That's perfect. Preview. See a couple extra steps on the Destiny and the Brother Dream machine. So, okay. Then we're going to press set. Okay. Here I am in embroidery again. This is where I find it most important to, because like I said, I could bring this up later and keep adding to this. So save, I put memory and I saved it on the machine. Now I need to add the satin stitch to the star. So add. Now why do I have to go? Well, when I first was on IQ Designer, I tried putting every step on the screen at once, and I added them in the order that I wanted it to sew, but then the machine decided to what order it was going to sew in, and it may sew your fancy fill before it even sews the tack down. So that's why you have to do it step at a time. You have to go all the way into embroidery, then go back to IQ Designer to add to it. So here we are. We're going to add IQ Designer or My Design Center. Okay, pocket with the arrow pointing out. Okay, we're going to get the, okay, oh no, okay. So we're going to go get the star, right? We did the star as a straight stitch. Okay, I think I forgot to write this part down. Okay, let me just double check. I'll be able to do it. Okay, so see, when after the show is over, I'll bring it up real quick. Okay, click on the star to turn it gold. Straight stitch. Yeah, preview set. Oh, add the satin stitch. Okay, flag with stripe. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was stripes and star. Okay, so there. So I'll fix it, but I won't be able to shout out the step number from here on. So we did the star as, oh no, I am right. Okay, I'm good. Okay, because I need to satin stitch it. I need to satin stitch everything, right? So pocket with the arrow pointing out, the flag with the stripes and the star. So you may have gotten this one. You could sew that one, but see how it has more lines inside the star? If you're going to put the chenille star on, get the one that's empty. It'll save you time. So that's the one I'm going to get. And then set it. Okay, now how do we want to sew it? We want to satin stitch it. So I'm going to go to Line Properties, Zigzag. It's already in zigzag, so I'm going to stay there. Green. Oh, like I picked this green, but that's another one that kind of looks black, doesn't it? I think I'm going to go get this brighter green again. Green, okay. And then Line Bucket. Oh, I didn't press Line Bucket. I pressed Line Properties. So all we have to say is okay. Don't worry about it. Line Bucket. And then you're going to click on all the lines to turn them green. They should be connected, so see how all those lines turn green? And now if I press the star, now that's green. Everything is green. All right, next. All right.
Susie is asking, did you make the curved rectangle around the star no-sew?
Curved rectangle.
I think the
curved rectangle, we did that. I didn't do a placement line. I should have done a tack down. So when we get to embroidery again, I'll double check that I did that. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of good because then you're learning how to check it over and make sure you didn't skip a step. Okay, so here is where we tell it the size. Now, if your machine isn't showing you 2 millimeters, you may be in inches. So if you're in inches, you're going to go up to the settings page, which is the piece of paper. You're going to go to page 8. And up here, it's in millimeters, but if you're in inches, I want you to switch to millimeters. So just press the arrow. When it says MM, say OK, and then your machine will be in millimeters. That's just because stitch width, we know it as 3, 4, 5. You know, we don't know it as 0.0125 inches. So, okay. So, at the event, I had this at 4 millimeters, but, you know, it's hard to trim it close. So Patty is the one that said, go to 5. Go to 5 then. So we clicked on our zigzag width and we took it all the way up to 5. Then it covered enough and then set. Okay, set. And then from here, remember on the, we were on the Radiance and the Avenir at the event and the satin stitch was perfect. Now so I didn't change it at first on this machine. So first I went to preview and okay, I'm a little worried here. Well, we'll see. Okay, preview and okay. And look at, I don't know, it just looks like there's gaps in it, doesn't it? So I was worried that I couldn't go back, but I pressed return. And look at, I could go back and I went to the density and I increased it to 110. You can't go any higher. So you only have a choice of 100 to 110. If you want less density, I have never wanted less. I've always wanted more. But I went to 110, then set, then preview, okay. And look at how good it looks. See, it's really solid. So, oh, look what I did though. I didn't link them. So return, and I don't have this in your instructions. So return, I should have linked them all together. I didn't notice that the star wasn't there. So here, link them together, all right? Make sure, now press your stitch width button and go up to 5 and set. Now press your density button and take that up to 110 and set. Preview, okay. So just take a look, now everything's at that 5 stitch width. It looks really good. Some of the people at the event said, I don't want to do chenille. I'm happy with it just like this. And they stopped sewing at this point. So you could do it like that, but I'm going to keep going and show you how to do chenille on your Baby Lock Destiny and your Brother Dream machine. Also the Altair, Meridian, and the Brother Stellaire too. Okay, so here we are, and so I'm going to press set, okay. I've done a lot of work. Let's memory save it on the machine. All right, so now add. Oh, we were going to check something. We were going to check and see if we had the tack down for the blue fabric. Okay, so let's go. We have to go all the way into embroidery to check that. Why is that? Because I don't see the plus minus button down here. So I know I have to go one more page over, press the plus minus. Oop, I didn't press it hard enough. There we go. So there is my fancy fill. There's my placement line for my white fabric. Tack down for white fabric. The placement line for the stripes. Tack down for the stripes. Fancy fill the stripes. Tack down for the blue. See, it looks really big, but I didn't do a placement line. I took a 6x6 piece and I could tell where it was going to sew. So all I did was a tack down. Next should be placement line for the star. No, I didn't need a placement line because I knew it had my fabric, as long as I cut my fabric bigger than the blue or as big as the blue, I knew I was going to be fine. So I'm always about saving steps. So that was the tack down for the star. And now the next one is the satin stitch. So that's where we left off. So I'm going to say, okay, now I'll return till I can see that word add. And now I know I can add and then go into IQ Designer again. So now we're going to create the chenille. So, okay. So we're going to go to the pocket with the arrow pointing out. So I need the star. So I'll go to my memory pocket, get the star, and set that. So now I'm on page step 180. You won't know it until you get download our directions after. Okay, so there. So now, how do I want it to sew it? Okay, so I wanted to sew it as a basting stitch. I'm going to need to snip those threads in order to fit the chenille cutter in between. So we're going to go to Line Properties, Straight Stitch, Purple. Oh, I'll just go with that purple. Okay. Line Bucket. Click on the star to turn it purple. Okay. Next, here's where I changed the stitch length. And I was doing it as a 4 stitch length, and it was still hard to get it out. So take it from 2, and then we went up to 5, and that was much easier to snip it. There, 5. I wonder if it'll go up even. It will. It will. There, 5, 5.2, anything in that range, even bigger. I bet you could go even bigger. So set. Now preview. IQ Designer will not be saved. That's okay. All right. So there is my star. Okay. Set. Okay. Now the next one is set. And okay again. So few extra steps on these machines. So now add the chenille, okay? So here, add IQ Designer. So you know that our new Avenir and the Radiance have chenille stitching already built in. And I said that you can do it on all the other machines with IQ Designer and My Design Center. And it's not that hard. It's kind of fun to push your machine a little farther. So, but if you want the easiest way to do IQ Designer and My Design Center, you should go to the Avenir and the Radiance. Time to move up. Trade in. We are taking trade-ins. We're even taking trade-ins on other brands. So if you are interested in this, it's really easy and it's really fun. Call John and Steve, 412-344-2330. Option 2 takes you right to them. You can tell them what brand machine and what model, how old it is. They'll ask you some questions, and they can get ready to quote you a price on moving up to the Avenir or the Radiance. So I highly recommend it. Okay, so here, it's fun. It's fun learning new things. So, okay, we're adding the chenille. So we're and we're in My Design Center or IQ Designer. We want the pocket with the arrow pointing out again because we're using our own artwork. Then the memory pocket, the star. Okay, set that. Set. How do I want it to sew it? I don't want it to sew the star again. So definitely not, even by mistake, because then it would be really hard to rip out those stitches. So line properties, no sew. I just need that star there as a guideline. So okay, line bucket, click on the star to turn it gray. You can click again, and you know you did it because it's giving you that error message. It's saying you already did that. You already did that step. Okay. Then, okay, now select the star. Okay, so I do best selecting the star with my mouse. So I'm going to bring out my mouse and I'm going to press the select button and I'm going to draw a box. So I've got my mouse and I'm going to click down up here with my mouse and hold it down and drag a box around it. Okay, so it's selected. Now I press rotate. So rotate. Now why are we rotating? We need the chenille lines to sew out at a diagonal. And that's because we did sew them out at straight of grain, and then we brushed it, and look at how terrible. Look at all the work we did. And then that happened. And even Joni was trying to trim it and everything, no good. So when, I realized we held our fabric at the diagonal and we sewed at the diagonal, and that made it fray too far. Whereas here, we did the lines at the diagonal, we had our fabric on the straight of grain. So it stitched it at the diagonal, we cut it at the diagonal or on the bias, and then it only frayed so far and it looks much better. If you want it fluffier than this, just keep brushing. Just keep brushing it with that chenille brush and it just gets fluffier. If something sticks out and you don't like it, you just give it a little trim. So we just love oh, Kate, I bumped the camera. Are we okay? Okay, she's gonna come fix it. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so there. So I need to rotate it, okay? So I want to just rotate it 45 degrees. So I'm gonna go 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to make sure I remember that, because in the end, I have to rotate it back. So if I just rotate it at random, I'm not going to know where to go. But you do see it says 315 degrees here. I could have rotated in the other direction. So whichever way you want to go, just rotate 45 degrees. Okay. Now I want to turn on the grid, because I don't know where to draw my lines right now. So settings, then this button right here. So this is page 7. And I want to turn on the 10 millimeter grid. If you're in inches, it'll say 3/8 inch grid. So 10 millimeter grid, okay. All right, now you are, and we're going to say okay again to get out of this rotate screen. So okay, now we are going to go to line properties, straight stitch. Oh, I'm going to turn off no-sew. Oh, how come it's staying in no-sew? I don't know. Let's go back again. So there, line properties. Huh. I wonder if it, oh there, I didn't, okay. Line properties, straight stitch, who knows? Who knows what I was doing wrong, but now it's letting me. Maybe I probably didn't give it time to think. Okay, red, because we'll be able to see the lines really good with the red. And then, okay, zoom in to 400%. So I'm going to go up to this zoom button and 1. So, oh, there's 400 right there. Okay, look it up here. See that red box? I need to take my mouse or take my finger. I'm going to take my mouse, click in that red box and slide it up here. So see, that's how their zoom works. Okay, so I want to make sure I see grid lines. So if I'm over here, I'm missing some of the grid lines off to the side. So I want to see as many, whoops, I'm going up and over. When you're zoomed in this far, okay, so I can do a bunch of lines here. So there's my straight line. It is selected. See how it's darker behind it? I'm going to click it again just to be sure. And I'm going to click on the line of the star and release it at the other line. Don't worry if it's crooked. It's chenille. It's going to get covered up with fuzzy fabric. So there. Don't worry if you run over that line a little bit. It's not going to affect anything. So I'm just holding my mouse down, releasing it. So click on the line, hold my mouse down. Okay, click on the line here. Okay, now I can't see the rest of the line, so I have to go up to this preview screen or the zoom in screen, let's call it that, and move over here. And I'm looking on my screen, and I think that's good. I can see, there's the top of it, there's the bottom. I think I'm good there. So I'm going to go click on this button again, and let's do some more lines. So there, hold that mouse down, release it, click down up here, and release at the bottom. See, this is the easiest way to draw in IQ Designer. I hardly ever use anything else because I'm just no good at drawing. So there, now I need to see more. So see, I have my mouse up here. I'm going to click inside that red box up there. So click inside the red box and slide it over. Okay. Then I'm going to click down here, get that line, get this one. Here's another one. And there's even a little one right here. I'm going to do it. There. Okay, so we drew all our lines. Let's go back to 100%. Let's get rid of the grid behind it. So we're going up to the settings page. It says 10 millimeter. Keep pressing your right arrow until you get a blank screen. So there's my blank screen, and press OK down here at the bottom. Okay, so, okay, and make sure. And you know what? I feel like I did a lot of work there, and I don't want to do it again. So here's a time where I drew my own thing. So I'm going to memory pocket, save it on the machine, just in case. Okay, now I need to select it again because I have to rotate it back 45 degrees. So we're going to get our select button right here. So the select button, and then use our mouse to click and drag a box around. So click down, hold it down, and slide the box. Okay, so I'm going to click out here. I just wanted you to see as you go like that, you go, oh no, I did that. Just click out and try again. So click down, hold it down, get that whole, make sure you have your whole star, press your rotate button, rotate right here, and go back the other way 45 degrees. 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then okay. All right, so we did that. Okay, I'm gonna figure out what's okay. Okay, so that's step 221. Okay, nothing compares to this Pisanki egg. I think that one had well over 300 steps. So, all right. So here, now I'll press next. Preview. Okay. So it's going to show me what it's going to sew out. So remember, it's not going to sew the outline of the star because we did that as a no sew. So set. Okay. And I put on the directions, move it if you need to. So far, every time I've needed to move it, I don't know why, but you can zoom in at this point. So I'm going to go up to the zoom button, and there I'm at 200. I think I can see good enough there. So we have to go up to the edit button. So go to edit, move. So right here, move, and then use your arrows. I don't do any good moving stuff with my fingers. I just see that it gets your heartbeat. See, yeah, it's so I like using these arrows to move something. So I'm just going to move it over a little bit here. I do better with the mouse. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my mouse. I think if I come down a little bit, I'm just looking. I'll zoom in even farther. Later, I'm going to go up at a diagonal. I don't know why it moved it. I wonder if anybody else out there knows why it moved it. But it moved it every time on me. So I think that looks pretty good. What are they?
Jenny asked, wouldn't you want to use the bean stitch on the chenille lines?
Oh, you could. But it is going to sew it twice. So, but if you feel better doing the bean stitch, yeah, that would be good. Yeah, because then it's going to sew it 3 times. And while you're brushing, none of the little pieces will fall off. Like if there's a teeny tiny little corner, it might come off, but it won't affect it because you're going to brush it and make it fluffy, and it's going to cover it. So, okay, so we're looking good. Now let's say I want to double check I'm looking good. So I went up to 150. Now I'm up to, 200? I think I can, now see here, I'll use these arrows to move. I don't have that preview screen. I think I did pretty good. So, and guess what? It doesn't matter because remember, it's going to be 3 layers of frayed fabric over it. You're not going to see if you didn't get right onto the satin. It won't matter. All right, so I'm good. I'm going to go back down to a 100. And I'm in embroidery, right? But I'm in the edit screen, so I'm going to say okay. And now memory, save on the machine. Okay, I'm ready to sew. So it's ready to sew, okay? So, and I did write the steps, so let's just go over them on the screen real quick because we got some surprises for you. John's going to be running in. Okay, so I said hoop no-show stabilizer with heavyweight fusible fleece. Okay, in your biggest hoop. Then, okay, so we're going to go to embroidery and plus minus. So my first step is going to be, it is going to do my fancy fill. Okay, the next step is going to be the placement line for the flag. So that's step 2. Step 3, you're going to position a piece of cream color fabric. So you'll see in the kit, it's Americana, and they named it latte. So it's just like a milky white, let's say. And you place that. Then the next thing is going to be just your placement lines for your stripes. And you'll see when you get these papers that it's going to be written on there. Okay. Then the next step, so this is step 4. So step 5, position. And I like doing it with 3 different red fabrics. I just thought it looked cuter. You could use the same one, whatever you want to do. Stitch, and then you're going to trim away the excess and then press it. Okay, then the next step will be to stitch your fancy fill. And I said with gold thread, some people use gold metallic and it looked really good. And then your next step is to position your Americana blue fabric. It's going to go right over this area, over the, and you'll be able to tell where it's going to go because your stripes are going to be there. So you'll just position it over that area. You're going to stitch and then trim close, trim as close as you can, and then press it. Next step will be you're going to tack down your star. So you're going to take a piece of gold fabric, lay it down, and you're going to do your tack down for the star, and then you're going to stitch and trim. Okay, so this is just appliquing all of this. So this was a shorter stitch length. We haven't done the basting stitch yet. Now step 9 is you're doing your satin stitch all the way around. And we found, like, let's take a look here, 41 minutes. Oh my gosh, I must have made that really dense. You know, it might have looked okay at the 100%. Remember, we changed it to 110. But okay. So 41 minutes, you're going to be able to go put a load of laundry in, start dinner, okay, come back. Okay, now your next step, so we'll go plus minus again, and you're going to tack down your 3 layers of gold fabric for the chenille, okay? Position the fabric on the straight of grain, so that you end up sewing on the diagonal. We had a hard time putting our head around that one. So now step 11, so that was doing the basting stitch. Step 11 was doing the chenille, the straight stitching. And then you are going to trim away this outside of the star fabric. You're going to snip those basting stitches so you can get your chenille cutter underneath and trim in between each of those straight lines. And then you're going to pop it out of the hoop, and then you're going to position your fabric. Oh, I'll have to find my hoops. You're going to fold your fabric over with right sides together and sew it together. Make sure that you unzip your zipper at least halfway, maybe even more. And you're going to sew the sides and the bottom. Trim off the excess fabric, trim your corners, and then turn it right side out and press. So that's it. Now, I promised all the other owners that already learned this, that what if I want to do each one of these pillows with a different fancy fill? Well, and I don't want to start from the beginning again. So we're going to go over to this luminaire. So you can change your fills on that. So let me just see if I can do it here. Okay, the thing I don't think I have on the Destiny is where I rearrange my order. I'm just going to double check though. Okay, so there is my edit screen. Yeah, so you can change the fancy fill, but it will end up on the end. And so you'll have to, when it's time for you to sew the fancy fill, you're going to have to advance up to the last color, sew the fancy fill, and then go back again. So you can do it here, but starting with the Luminaire and the Solaris, you have the ability to change the sewing order. And I wanted to show you that because that is if you forget a step, you can add the step later and put it in the right order. So it's a really nice feature. Okay, guess what? I guess we should move this machine.
I have my other camera set up. I can just.
Oh, you can. Oh, good. Okay. Okay, I'll plug in my mouse. and have a drink of water while you get set. Okay. Is everybody having fun? So I am still doing my audit, but I needed a break from it. I don't know whether you noticed how tired I was last night. I was. So I'll hopefully, I'm going to work on it all weekend, and hopefully what I present to them on Monday, she's going to say, okay, you did enough. This is showing us that you did it the right way. So that's what I'm hoping, because they gave me almost 2,500 transactions, and they wanted me to do a screenshot of each one of them and send them to them. And it would take me, I wouldn't be done until Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it would just take me too long. I thought maybe on Monday, if Lizzie comes to work, maybe I would recruit her. But that's the thing, is we need to keep the normal operation of the business going while I'm in this audit, because the audit could really hurt my business, right? Yes, so I don't know what to do. Oh well, we'll just wait and see what they say. I gotta do it, so no matter what they want me to do, I gotta do it. I almost am thinking they're waiting for me to say, I give up, and then they'll just fine me or something. So I don't want that at all. Okay, so we're going to go in and get our finished embroidery design here. Okay, so we're going to go into embroidery. Okay, I'm going to click on the pocket, and look how many times I saved it. I was a very good student for Patty. She's the one that has us, but this is a completed one. I'm going to open it. Say, I want to do a different fancy fill. So I am going to go down to my fancy fills here. So I'm in the edit screen. I'm not in embroidery. I'm in edit. So I'm going to click on those 3 stripes, okay? And then I'm going to delete them. And it's like really hard to tell that it's selected it. I can see 4 dots there. I can see a very thin red line, and I can see that what I selected is in that top screen up there. So I'm going to delete it. Okay.
Are you
All right.
able to change the fills on the Altair?
On the Altair, I'm not sure. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know about the Altair. But if you would do it on the Destiny, yes, you can. Yes. But I'm not sure about that sewing order. Yeah. So I bet Steve would remember whether. So if we see Steve walking by, we'll ask him. Joni would remember. Can we change the sewing order on the Altair?
On the Altair, I'm not sure if that button's on there.
I
Is it
know.
on the Destiny? I don't remember.
It's not on the Destiny.
It's probably not.
Not on the Altair Meridian. Yeah.
Usually they didn't transfer over to features.
Yeah. So, but you would then, maybe I should show them on the Destiny what they would have to do. So you could do it, but it's easier. So, that's how software is. That's how computers are, right? They got easier to operate. Remember how hard computers were? Kate, you have no idea. You would press one button by mistake and ruin everything and you couldn't, there wasn't an undo button. Undo got invented years later, right? Years later. Okay, so I took it out. So what do I need to do? I need to add those stripes back in again. So add my design center or IQ Designer. I'll go with the pocket with the arrow pointing out. Remember, on this machine, it's up above. And, I don't see it on here, and there's no flash drive in here. So, yes, there is a flash drive. So I'm going to go here, B pocket, and here's my stripes, and okay. So now I have the 3 stripes. Now remember, we've already done a placement line. We already tacked down our red fabric. So we don't need to sew this again. So first we're going to go up to line properties. So line properties, no sew. So it's that zigzag with the red slash. No sew, down to okay. line bucket. And when I was new at this, I forgot line bucket so many times. So remember, line bucket, and then click on each one of these to turn them gray. It was hard to see it, so if you want to double check, but you'll get that error. It's telling you you already did that step. Okay, so no sew. Now I stay right here and I go to fill properties. So the piece of paper with the filled in block behind it, fill properties, fancy fills, select, decide what ones you want. I got to get creative because I love the roses. A lot of people love the, on these, I want a lot on it. I want to see a lot of shapes and see how many fancy fills we have on the luminaire. And, oh, see, I just don't even think about it. Like here, I'll go that one. Okay. And then would we say, like, I would keep the color the same. So it looks like I've got this hot pink. I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. Fill bucket. Click inside a stripe to fill it. All right. Go back to fill properties again and pick another one. So select. And this time I'll get circles and okay. And then I will okay again. Fill bucket is already selected. See how it's blue? So I just click inside. Okay, then fill properties again to pick a different one. You can use all the same if you want. This one has a lot to it. I'll maybe pick that one. Okay, and then okay again, the bucket, and then inside. So now press next. Now what I was thinking, so I'm happy with this one. I'll be able to, you know, my fabric is a print, but this one, it doesn't have much to it, does it? So let's select that one. So select it. Okay, then we are going to, like, I want to change the size. I want those circles to be smaller. I don't know about you, I really like looking at my fancy fills. So remember on the Destiny Altair Meridian, you had to go to a whole nother screen in order to see the changes, and then you'd had to go back again to make more changes. I like that better, maybe just a little smaller, maybe down to 70. Let's go down. So that's going to bring it closer together. And remember when we're on these, so I have a lot of detail there, a lot of good detail. On these, see how it has all those edges? It would take forever to sew it out. So we're going to link them together. Press the link button. On the Luminaire, the Solaris, Avenir, and Radiance, its default is off. So you have to remember to turn outline on. So see, you have a whole bunch of broken edges there. Okay. Press OK. And, oh, I thought it didn't link. And you know why it didn't link? Everyone's different. So I got to go here and turn outline on. Okay. And then go here and outline on. It wouldn't link them together because each one is different. So there's outline off, turn it on. It just makes it sew out faster. And then okay. Now set, okay. Okay, there we are. But now that is going to sew out after the satin stitch. It's going to sew on top of your satin stitch. So you're going to, I'm going to select it just by touching it, then edit, and I want it to move right after the tack down for the 3 stripes. So, and you look at this, you can even see it. So if I zoom in, let's zoom into 200, you can see that fancy fill is on top of the satin stitch. Okay, so this is the button you want to press. Okay, this changes the sewing order. So this puts it at the very beginning. This just moves it up one at a time. And that's what I want to do. So I'm just going to move it up and keep moving it up. There it is. So it's before the satin stitch now. I mean, it's after the satin stitch. Now it's before the satin stitch. Let's just scroll. Oh, it won't let me scroll. Oh, yes, it's let me scroll. Okay. So I want it. I want it right after the. So I'm going to keep moving it up. I want it right after my tack down for the fabric. So let's look where it is now. Okay, so there. Oh, okay, there was the. It's hard to see, but that was the placement line for the stripes. Tack down for stripes. Now it's putting the fancy fill in right where I want it. And okay, I don't know who thought of that step, but now it's going to sew out in the right order. I thought it would look like it was under, but it doesn't. It's still showing it to me. So I'll go to 100, and now I know what Patty's shouting at me. Go to embroidery, or just make sure you press memory and save it on the machine. Okay? So there you've changed the fancy fill, and you can do this on any design that you've created in IQ Designer.
Oh my gosh, get out. Look how cool that is, changing the fancy fill on it.
Yeah, so you can just have fun and do that. Yeah, and make a million of these pillows and do it different for everybody. Okay, so we're going to show all our gadgets, or you want to talk about the Destiny?
Yeah, I can talk about.
Okay, and then I'll get my stuff ready. Okay, so I'll get my bottle of water out of the way. Okay.
Alrighty, I'm gonna let everybody kind of move real quick.
So like I said, they all, they might have an upper model. They might want a second machine, but a lot of them have a friend that wants to do this too.
Oh my gosh, yes. And you know what? If you have a friend that's like about to get into sewing, embroidery, and quilting, I would definitely take advantage of one of the pre-loved machines. So up here, first, I have the Destiny, which, well, in the camera, I think right now is the Luminaire. So let me show that real quick, because I think that's really cool.
Oh, that's right. We have a couple of those.
Yeah, I have a couple Luminaires in stock. I have Solarises.
Do you?
Yes.
I thought we were out of them.
Not yet. So, but just a very few left. So, I mean, take advantage of that price.
Yeah. Are we allowed to say the price?
I don't think I can advertise the price online.
Okay.
Actually, I might be able to. Is it in the bubble?
Yeah, because they're discontinued.
Yeah, if it's a pre-loved, I can.
Okay,
so
good.
Now for the 3550, which I don't have in here today, my favorite 6x10 embroidery, right? I can't advertise the price on the classroom machines that we have because it's too good to advertise.
Yeah.
So
you got to call them.
You have to give us a call. But let's say you wanted to maybe jump up or get like a little twin machine if you're doing a lot of projects, because I've seen some people's sewing rooms and they have like a lineup of all three machines. Yes. And they go, well, this one I use for this, and this one I'll stitch out just Kimberbell stuff. So
Steve noticed that when he went to people's houses to deliver long arms. He said they had the top of the line this and the top of the line that, and they had everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So but like, let's talk about the Luminaire real quick. So I know I've been talking about this a lot this week. But let's say we go home real quick. So here's a feature that I really love that's on the Luminaire, but let me show it on the Destiny first real quick. Because for the brother, the predecessor was the Dream Machine, which the Baby Lock equivalent is the Destiny. And so on here, let's save whatever Gloria was working on real quick. All right, and then we could go home real quick, and let's go into sewing. And so there was this really cool feature here on the Destiny, and it started on it, and it was the laser guide beam. So if we look over real quick at the needle, I'm going to let Kate adjust the camera real quick. Okay, so we could see we have a really cool laser guide beam that you can line up with your needle, or what a lot of people, especially quilters, love to do with it is they would bump it over to the 1/4 inch increment and use that as a guide when you're sewing your 1/4 inch piecing. So the Destiny, this feature started on this machine, or the brother equivalent, the Dream Machine. And then you also have that amazing hoop size. So 9.5 by 14. And I'm going to switch over to the main one and hold it up real quick. So you had a 9.5 by 14 inch hoop size. So you could do a ton of fun in the hoop projects.
Especially like all of Tommy's projects could be done in this hoop, and his projects are absolutely amazing. So definitely, it's such a good price. So I think in the bubble, what do I have the Destiny at? I only have like 2 of them left. $34.88. So if you're interested in a Destiny, it has the upgrades that unlocked more features.
Wonderful.
So for $34.88, that's a really great price.
Yes.
You really can't beat that.
No.
So, and you might even have like the new top of the line, like the Radiance, but you might say, I'm working on Tommy's projects or doing that tile scene that we have Kathy and Mary Lou are going to do. You might want a second machine for that tile scene because it's going to take a while to stitch out. But, you know, if you have 2 machines, you could get through it so quick.
How many of you out there have 2 machines or more? I bet they would be,
You know, we should see in the comments. You guys should comment and see who has the most machines. So,
there was a lady in Pittsburgh one time. They renovated a barn, and apparently she had sewing machines on the rafters of the barn, and she had 400 sewing machines.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well that's pretty hard to beat. So
not that they were working, right? But
well, I mean, at home, I think I have 5. My serger, my cover stitch, my embroidery machine, my sewing machine, and I have a second serger.
Okay, so, 5,
Yeah. So, but you know what? So the Destiny is an amazing machine. Now, that was the predecessor to the Solaris and Luminaire. If we bump back over here, and this is such an amazing price on the Luminaire 2, and I know I showed last night the My Custom Stitch feature, and so you have a couple really cool features that are only exclusively in the Brother machines. But let's say we go into sewing, and I'm going to just borrow a piece of paper real quick since I don't have the extension tray on. But on the Luminaire, you actually have that guideline feature as well, but you have 2 guidelines. So, and we can make it a grid, but if we look over here, and I had my sewing foot on, you have a guideline that will line up with the needle that you could also shift over, and then you also have a sub-guideline, so you could have both going on at the same time. But not only that, you can actually make this a grid where you could evenly space out your decorative stitching, which I finally grabbed the pillow. I'm going to go run and grab that real quick that Joni was working on. And Joni was working on this pillow. She hasn't finished it yet, but she was making the front of it with a bunch of different beautiful variegated threads. And let's say you were even going to use the color that we were using last night, which is V101. So sorry guys, I had to walk to the other room to grab it. But we could see right here, this is the pillow front Joni was working on. She was using fusible fleece on the backing, and she was using this really pretty linen. We'll turn on the light real quick. So we were just turning it off so you guys could see the guideline. But she used that feature to evenly space out all these different rows of different decorative stitches for the front of a pillow. Super, super cool. I love that feature. I mean, what do you think about that, Kate? And Kate's a beginner sewer too. So you know what? Even if you're just starting out sewing, one of these machines actually might be the best because all the features really makes the sewing so much more easier. And you know, I mean, you really can't beat that. Having a laser beam or a projector, you know, I mean, I don't know what else they can incorporate yet.
Well,
Keyword yet. Somebody out there is thinking of something that we haven't thought of yet.
Yeah. So. And the camera,
right? The camera, oh my gosh, yes, the cameras. You have a camera in both machines.
The Destiny has the camera.
So if we go over here, the Altair does not have the Destiny. So in fact, I know a couple, the Altair does not have a camera like the Destiny does. So the Altair kind of replaced the Destiny here. But you have a camera, so whenever you're sewing, and if I had the sewing foot on right now, which I don't, you could go ahead and actually use this camera here, and then you could select a stitch, and then you could see how it would line up ideally with your sewing foot, not the embroidery foot, and give an idea of the accurate size of that stitch. So if we like even picked out maybe a decorative stitch, we could see it on our fabric there on how it would look like over here by the camera. And then the Luminaire also does have that camera as well, so we could turn that on too. And we could also see our stitch there just like the Destiny. So, I mean, I just think that's super cool. But you could also project out those stitches on the Luminaire as well. So I could actually project out that zigzag stitch, which I just think is amazing. And then I can increase the length of it or decrease it.
It's all rainbowy for everyone right now, by the way.
Oh, sorry if I'm going a little fast for Kate, but you could see the exact size of how that zigzag is going to be. So no more wasting time sewing it out on a little scrap piece of fabric, which takes forever to try to get your zigzag to the exact size and width that you want it to be. So I really, really love that feature on these machines. It just saves so much time, and that's like one of the things that I've experienced is it's just so frustrating trying to like pick out a stitch and get the size right. You could just use this projector and have it perfect without having to waste time.
This is good you're going through this,
thread.
because a lot of people own this machine and they forgot about these features because they weren't using them. So this is good. Yeah.
So, and not only to mention too, you also have that digital dual feed foot. And so this works with both of them. So
Destiny, the Destinies will come with that too,
yes,
right?
Yes, the Destiny does come with the digital dual feed. In fact, I actually got one of the little boxes over here for the Destiny too that I'll grab. And I could show you guys some of the accessories. So it has this nice little treasure box. The Luminaire has one as well. And it fits perfectly right there inside of the machine when you're not sewing. And then if we open it up, you have all the different feet that come with the machine, your buttonhole foot, your free motion quilting foot, the little screwdriver. Guys, I'm telling you now, I think we might have in the lineup too. We could put them in there. Does not hurt to get an extra one of these screwdrivers for the amount of these that I've lost around here. So, but yeah, super, super cool. So you get a bunch of different accessories with it and some needles, your little eyelet punch.
So what we do when we have it in, so you could add it to your cart, the first person to pay for it gets it, on these. So you can call them and talk to them tomorrow. These are all discontinued machines, so we're allowed to ship them anywhere. And shipping is free, right?
Yes.
Shipping is free, and we can ship them anywhere. So give them a call, right? 412-344-2330.
So give Steve or I a call, and if we don't pick up right away, we'll get back to you right away. And if you are local, feel free, schedule a demo with us. We could also do a video demo with you over FaceTime if we want. Steve or I can set up our phone, and we can show you all the features that you would want to see on the machine if you're interested in one. So definitely reach out. We would love to do a demo with you guys. So,
all right. Now, I was supposed to get my stuff ready, but how about John does his mystery bundle?
Oh my gosh. So look at this. I can't open it and tell you guys what's inside. But so we have a lot of products that we wanted to include in a little mystery grab bag ordeal. So
he found tons of things.
Yeah,
we're not going to let you see.
Things. So things that you're going to use, maybe old kits. So I'm going to say maybe appliques, maybe some stabilizers. So it's a little mystery grab bag, and it has a retail value of $50 or maybe slightly greater even. And then I think we have it in the lineup. It's for $25, right, Kate?
$24.88.
$24.88. Plus you get 10% back on that purchase today. So, and I do want to say one more thing real quick. So machines are excluded from 10%. So the pre-loved ones are excluded from the 10%.
He's got them at rock bottom.
So I do have the best deal on the market. I saw other dealers selling them for way more. So we do have the best deals on our pre-loved trade-in machines. And plus, our trade-in machines do go through a service through our technician, Zach. He goes through them like a multi-check. It's like a car inspection. He goes through his little list. He makes sure everything's working, make sure they sew and embroider out beautiful. If there is a part that needed replaced, he'll replace it. So he's amazing with the work that he does.
And then John goes through, and every part that comes with a new machine, you give them with the used machine.
So like if you were missing a piece, I'll make sure that foot that Even the needle pack is in there, so you get all the pieces that you would get with it as if you were buying it new, and we clean it up real nice. So it's almost like getting a new machine.
It does. They look new when these guys are done shining them up, and they look new. So
yeah, and so this is a fun little mystery grab bag though. So definitely, it's a good price. You get a lot of good stuff in there. There might be some fabrics in there. There might be some charm packs, maybe layer cakes. So I can't say.
Kits. There's some kits. Yep. Lots of kits over there.
So it's a fun little thing.
It's going to be at least $50 worth of stuff.
It might be a little bit more. So you'll get a couple items in there.
It's going to be more. If I have anything to do with it, it'll be more.
There might be candy in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe.
But that's a maybe. So, we can't say what's in it. It's a mystery.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful.
All right. And then, Gloria, you have some things that you wanted to show?
Yeah, we do. So I'll just follow down. Oh, should we do those little books?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I usually do is, like, when we decide not to carry an item anymore, we mark them down, and it was just, there's so much stuff in our shipping department that they came up with the mystery bundle. Okay. But then we had these, I love these little books. So this one is Eat Your Peas for My Daughter. So it's just got inspirational, a little wisdom, and a lasting promise. May we always know how to make each other smile and give each other reasons to hope. I mean, these are just wonderful little books. So this is Eat Your Peas for My Daughter, and we have them marked down to $8.88. They will come with this heavy duty envelope to put them in so that you can mail it to her. So, okay. Now the next one is, Eat Your Peas for My Sister. Right here is for my sister. Let me just open up to one page. Okay, and it says, it's a wonder we ever survived the 3 T's. Teasing, torment, and tattletales. I'll declare amnesty if you will. So here's one. In case you didn't know, things of yours that I wish were mine at the time. Clothes, right, and privileges. So you're supposed to fill those in. So this is Eat Your Peas, and it's simple truths and a lasting promise. This one is for my sister. Now, the next one I have is Eat Your Peas for My Forever Friend. And let's go here. And it says, life isn't always easy or fair. Just remember, I really care. I got to find another one. That one was so nice. If I ever say or do anything that hurts your feelings, I hope you give me the chance to say a sincere and heartfelt I'm sorry. So I will always cherish our friendship. So this is Eat Your Peas for My Forever Friend. We don't have a lot of these, so whatever the quantity is, Eat Your Peas for a new mom. They always need inspiration and support, right? So Eat Your Peas for the new mom. And what you didn't get right today, you can practice again tomorrow. After all, isn't it what you will teach your little one? Right? Go with the flow. We'll come to have many new meetings. Enjoy them all, right? She needs to go with the flow. If cleanliness is next to godliness, a baby fresh from the bath is heaven on earth. And it is, right? They come out of the bath happy and clean and smelling good, right? Now, next one is just Eat Your Peas for someone special. So you see how many pages they are, and it's just cute little artwork. So Eat Your Peas for someone special. Be true to yourself. It's one of the greatest gifts you can give to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Life is too short to let time get away from us. May we never pass up the opportunity to spend time together. So there, and then one more, and this one is Eat Your Peas for My son. Okay, let's see, with a wisdom for my son. Okay, so you can do anything you set your mind to. You're capable of doing remarkable things. Yep, I can't help but smile every time I think of the person you've become. So just nice messages for your son. I love these, don't you? I love them. So, okay, now, I guess, are we going to talk about the fall event? Okay, which, you know what I noticed? If you, there's openings. Like it isn't totally sold out on any of the dates, because I think some people saw added dates and they were better for them, and so they moved into that one. So I did notice that when I checked last night, not one of the events was totally sold out. So if you've been waiting for a spot on a certain day, go check it, because I did. Now it says 0 left. So what, you know why that is, Kate? They returned it, they bought it. So it's showing they're bought. Yeah, so how do we fix that? We'll have to fix that so they can sign up.
Yeah.
Because there's people on wait list. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. So, yeah, because they moved to, so we might only be, so go check that number, and you'll see like one of them has 56 people because they moved. So if you, yeah, see? Yeah, so we didn't realize this. And so there are openings in all the dates in case your friends are coming and you didn't get in. Maybe call the store. I would ask for John or Steve. So go, 412-344-2330 and go option 2, and then you'll get to talk to Steve or John, and they'll get you into whatever one. Because I don't think any of them are full, are they?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, there's a few in each.
A few in each, yeah. So you can still get in. Plenty of spots open in that Monday and Tuesday. I think, the 27th and 28th, plenty of spots open there. And wait till you see what everybody has planned. So I know I'm going to be making a pumpkin with Fancy Phil, and we want to do a lace leaf to go with it. Carol and Deb are planning a gorgeous table runner. Absolutely. They're designing it themselves, and they said it's going to have prairie points. We've never done anything with prairie points. So now, so somebody's asking how long on the flag design. I guess how long till we post the directions. It's correct on mine. I don't need to correct anything.
You don't have to change anything?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Then you can just send those.
Can you post that on Facebook? At least they could get it on Facebook. What's the easiest thing to do? So.
I've just been emailing it to
Yeah, okay. Is that easy enough for you? Okay, so, all right. And, okay, now the next item is the sublimation printer. Tommy was talking about that. So he actually didn't have a fabric color that matched the fabric on the jersey, so he sublimation printed it to the fabric. So that's amazing. And he's wearing the jersey right now. I can't wait to hear. He better go out to eat somewhere busy tonight and wear it. Right? Yeah. One time I was we were doing a demonstration at the Heinz History Center, and we were making little terrible towels for people to take to the Steeler game. Well, there was this man that came, and he came to talk to me, and he was in town with one of the networks, like CBS, and he said, I arrived on Wednesday, and people were already wearing their Steeler jerseys. And I was like, we wear them year round. We wear them every day. And on Steeler Sundays, you'll see people wearing them in church. That's their best clothing is their Steeler jersey, right? You see them in church. Yeah. So I wanted to tell them, well, that's every day here. But so anyhow, okay, now so he also has the sublimation printer. They're going to be you're going to be learning about the sublimation printer and the fabric printer at the fall event. Everybody loved doing that. I said, you got to do it again. You got to let everybody pick out a picture on their phone. So everybody's going to get a chance to do that. So, all right. And then, okay, so the next one, what do we have next? Paper. Yeah. So if you already have the sublimation printer, we do carry the sublimation. I want him to demonstrate that for us. I just can't even fathom how that works, He even says he doesn't understand it either. So, okay, now next is the Kimberbell double curve applique. We pitted these up against the Fomore, and the Kimberbell worked the best. So they were the sharpest, and they would cut through all 3 layers of the fabric when you had to trim. So they're the best. We tested it. Okay, and The next one I have is the USB extender, and I just get tired of bending my head around to find that port to stick my flash drive in. I do like having one of these in, and then I can pull this around the front, and it's so much easier to take in and out my flash drive. So yeah, so that's right. Yeah, that would be really neat. Somebody said they want to learn how to sublimate a tumbler. And what Tommy's worried about is you have to be in a well-ventilated room. Well, we could figure that out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he didn't do that, because he felt like doing 20 at a time. Well, it won't be 20. I think there's only 15 in a class. We're going to convince him to do that, because I think that was dazzling. Do we?
We do have some of them up here.
You can see them?
Yeah. There's one.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. He printed this on sublimation paper, wrapped it around, heated it up, and pulled the paper off, and it was stuck to the tumbler. I mean, is that amazing? Look at, we got our logo. So this was, I think this size, John, they want to learn how to do this. They want to do this. We got to do this. I think
if we need more like air, like circulation, what about the room that you had?
Yeah. Open the doors or have a fan. Yeah, we'll pick the room. So we're going to give you a room with plenty of ventilation, John. So
Can I see a little... Here, let me grab a mic real quick. Okay, so Tommy and I do plan on using both printers, the fabric printer and the sublimation printer, for a really, really cool project.
Okay.
Something that you wouldn't think.
Okay.
But
okay.
We got to test it first, and it has to get Gloria approved.
Okay.
So, but they released a new feature on Artspira that I think I'm going to show next week, if I could squeeze in a little spot.
You can. We'll squeeze you in
and
wherever.
so you can sublimate on embroidery thread. So, Tommy did this a while ago.
That's right.
And
I forgot about this.
he just did an IQ, a quick little fill.
Wow.
But on the Brother app, and this is why you might want a Brother machine, they released a new feature with this where you can frame the embroidery stitch to just the part that you want to sublimate. So just the dog. So instead of it being a big square, like this, you could do just the dog and just sublimate the dog, and it will make the outline. So we're playing with it, and it's super, super cool. So, and that's only going to be on the Brothers because it works with the Artspira app.
So cool.
I'm super excited to test that out next week with everyone here.
Yeah. Now,
should I tell them about the fonts?
Yeah. Well, if they don't have to have the top of the line Brother in order to get the Artspira app, right?
Yeah, they don't. You only need a model that has the wireless LAN. So, and I say the best one would be the 3550, which we showed last night, because you do have those slide-on hoops, up to 6x10 embroidery.
It's just such a good deal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you cannot beat the deal we have on that machine. If you're interested in maybe one of the classroom machines we had at our spring event, lightly used, they go through Zach for service. I polish them up. Oh my gosh, that's such a great deal we have on those machines, and all the features in it too for even just sewing, my custom stitch.
Yeah.
But that Artspira app, if
he
I
found
have
something brand new, they keep adding to it.
They keep adding this app. They've added so much to it.
Here, lay it down here. And
so they've added so much to it since the fall. And I'll turn my phone around. So in the Artspira app, which is free to download, but also it's there's a premium version, which is $12.99 a month, or it's $99 a year. So you actually save a little bit more if you do the yearly. And they upload fun projects every week. They upload new embroidery designs, new cutting designs for the skin cuts, new printing designs. You could print out a bag pattern on the fabric printer. But if we go here into Design Editor, and if we go here to text, so this is in the embroidery section, let's type in Gloria.
Gloria.
If I could find the
GLO, just do GLO. Oh, there.
There we go. So let's hit OK. I think I spelled your name right.
Yeah. You
All
did.
right. So if we tap on it, we could go down the font here and get this. So there's what? On the average on a machine, there's what? I think at least 6 to 8 fonts on average. I know the top of the lines have like
maybe 20
20.
some, yeah.
Get this. If I tap this, look at all these fonts you have on the Artspira app. And these are embroidery. And so the ones with the crown are premium fonts, but all the other ones, these are free to use. And it just keeps going. What do you mean
premium font? You had to buy them?
So the premiums come with the Artspira app with the premium. So that's the $12.99 a month or $99 a year with the subscription.
But look at all of those.
Look at all of these different
those that don't have the crown. They all come. Wow, you're only on E.
I just keep scrolling. They keep coming. All of these different embroidery fonts.
Look at that scripty one there. Where'd that one go? That one right there looks really pretty.
Let's tap it, and then we'll hit done. And look, we changed your name to that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
And look, that's embroidery.
Yes.
That's embroidery.
Oh my gosh.
This is just the next level.
See, we're going to teach you all about this. Yes. We're going to teach you all about it.
And you can wirelessly transfer that over to your machine, embroider it out. The Brother ones are really interesting. I've been showing a lot of Brother products this week, but the Artspira app got a major upgrade with that. So having all those different fonts.
Yeah, so, we like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, okay. And, okay, what do we have next? Oh, the pillow. So is that the embroidery design?
Yeah,
that's the flash drive. So you will get a flash drive. And it will have the embroidery designs all done on it. And what is it? There, we had Tommy put them in PES. So as long as if you have a different brand machine, as long as you have software, you can change it to whatever language your machine needs. But it also has all the images. So she emails those out. But if you're not good at putting things on a flash drive or whatever, you get the red, white, and blue lanyard and the nice little flash drive, and you'll have it. It just will be easier for you. She emails them out, so you don't have to buy them. Now the next one is the pillow kit, and that it will be enough to make 2 pillows. Do we have? Well, okay. So it will be. So right now we have the navy. So we ran out of this camel color, but I actually like the navy better. And then you will get 1/4 yard cuts of 5 different fabrics. So you'll get 3 reds, you'll get the beige, blue, gold. So there's 5 different fabrics, 1/4 yard of each. It will be enough to do at least 2 pillows, maybe even 3. Yeah, see, I like the navy a lot. Here's me, I was in the middle of sewing the navy, so I really do like the navy. So I have a company that is searching for more of the navy for me. He sent me a message like he thought I made a mistake and placed my order too many times, like I was ordering 20 again, 20 again. And these are these duplicate orders? And I said, no, I actually need, I think we had 182 kits sold. Yes, so we needed more. So see, we open up the pillow, so it already has a zipper in it, and then you will get 2 of these pillows along with the 5 1/4 yards of fabric, and then you also get our instructions written out. Yeah, I'm with you, Lynn. I kind of like the navy better. I didn't expect it, but I really like it. And Kate, I was going to sew it in red, and Kate said, no, go khaki on the stripes. So that just kind of makes it fun picking out whatever color that you want. Okay, now the mini iron. And there it is. And I love this mini iron. I have an open one here. The reason why I like it is, for me, the Aliso this isn't plugged in, so it isn't hot, but the Aliso is hard for me to pick up, where this is really easy to grip. See, with it being this shape, it's just really easy to grip. They work really good. We used them the entire time at our event, and they worked great. So we were out of stock on those for a long time, and now they came back in. So, okay. And then the wool pressing mat, and I always use one of these as a mouse pad, and I was always telling everybody to use like an 8x8, but I really like the 13x13. It's big enough to really use to iron. So you use it as your mouse pad, and then you use it as your ironing pad too. So 13-inch by 13-inch. Remember, 10% on all of these things goes back into your account to spend later. So it's loyalty money. Now, the next item we have are these curved titanium snips, and we love them. And I did give people a hint at Tommy has ordered us special snips for the Christmas box, and they think I'm not going to tell anyone, but I'm only going to tell you that. That's all. I'm going to try to hold everything else back. So, okay, so the snips, you're going to need more. You won't be getting your new pair until you get the Christmas box in November. Okay, then the rotary cutter, the chenille cutter, and I should have one in the drawer. So you see the chenille cutter here, and here it is right here. Oops, I got thread. Okay, I'll just move that over. Okay, so let's say I want to do another row. So see, I've got my basting stitches. So I'll take my squeezy snips. Here's a pair. Okay, so my squeezy snips. Oh, here, this one's already cut. So on this end, I'll just snip those threads. Okay, and then you'll take your chenille cutter, tuck it under those fabrics, so and kind of center it. Oh, first I got to position this right. So you press this button and pull this lever. That puts the blade right in the right position. Now you just take it, and I'm just going to make sure it's going to go right down the center, and see it. It just, and then you take your chenille brush. So here's a chenille brush here, and this roughs it up just right, just right. So like I'll just rough it up with my fingers here, but the chenille brush does it really good. You just rough it up. Like, look, see there, I'm getting like some longer threads. We say give it a haircut afterwards. So just keep brushing and brushing and brushing until you get the amount of fluff that you like. Okay, so that really makes it fun. I'm going to close it just by pressing the button. Now, this is the seam remover. You will get one of these. Like, I demoed this. It's like a razor blade inside there. It doesn't cut the fabric. It's got a guard on it, so it won't cut your skin. It won't cut the fabric. We just went like that, and this all that stitching was out in what it felt like 10 seconds. That's all. So it works really good. Even Mary Lou was sitting there snipping each thread yesterday. I said, no, Mary Lou, use one of these. It came out instantly. And now we got our featherweight hot fix. We love this hot fix adhesive. It's featherweight, so it will not make your fabric stiff, but it's not a web. It's like a sheet of this adhesive, and it melts into the fibers of the fabric and prevents it from fraying any farther. So if you've done the applique and your fabric starts to fray and peeks out in between the stitches, use this featherweight hot fix. That you'll eliminate that. Now the next one is our pillow insert for this pillow. It is a 12 by 18, and one lady said she had trouble. Hers was like too stiff. I said what we did is before it expanded, we got it inside here, and then it only seemed to expand to the size of the pillow. So that made it nicer. I'll get a drink of water. Oh, maybe not. Don't know what I did with it. Oh, wow. Oh, there's water. Okay, another. Oh, and that's it. Okay, Linda just said moisten the fabric, and it will fluff up better if you moisten it while you're brushing it. Okay. Get this open and have a drink of water. And then we have the Destiny 2. Might as well just run through them again. So we have a pre-loved Destiny 2. They will have all the upgrades. So okay. And then we have Yeah, so that Destiny and Destiny 2, but even the Destiny will have all the upgrades. So, yeah. And then, oh, did we do the pigtail? So,
we did.
yeah, we did that one. It's okay to go over it again. I love this. You won't wear out your USB port. You know, taking flash drives in and out, you could wear it out. And that would be an expensive repair. But what I really like about it is I'm always peeking around the side of the machine to see where the flash drive goes in. This plugs into the side of your machine, and then you just swing it around to the front. It's so much easier. So much easier. Okay. I think that's it. That's it. All right. Okay. Come see us tomorrow. We'll be in the shop. We're 10 to 3. And we will see you on Monday for Material Madness. I mean, Material Madness, oh my goodness, we've had such nice fabrics at really, really, really good prices. So you want to make sure that you tune in at 3 on Monday. And I will see you then. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for your support. You just have no idea how wonderful that is. Even like we know that people are enjoying learning how to use their machines. And because of that, they've told me over and over again, that's why I'm buying from you, because you're teaching me how to use my machine. So, we forgot about manuals and that, but we'll do that one next week. That'll be good next week. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you on Monday at 3 o'clock.